of the show. I love it. I went to the Galapagos over the holidays. Yeah, it was great. I love traveling. I feel like I learn so much about myself when I travel places. On this trip, I learned that I really don't like nature or outdoor activities. Well, that's not really true. There's some outdoor activities I do enjoy. I'm very, very good at sitting outdoors. I'm like an all-star at drinking. Very good at that. But this trip, we had to like snorkel in currents and kayak in the open seas and hike over rocks. And I didn't realize I was gonna have to do like triathlon training before I went on vacation. And I also learned that I'm not all that crazy about animals. So that was another thing. It was iguana mating season. So I'm already dealing, I'm in my 50s now, so I'm already dealing with my declining sex life. I didn't really need to see iguanas mate. Although the male has a very long tail, which is kind of impressive. I was not overly impressed with with the male iguana sexual technique. I don't think any of the female iguanas climaxed. I didn't see it. It's unimpressive. So I recently started a new job, which has been very exciting. Thank you. Yeah. So I'm back in the office. So I'd been working from home pretty much permanently for the last 3 years, and I really enjoy being back in the office. I think the sexual harassment is just a lot more fun in the office. Because at home, the only person that I can bother is my husband, and I've already fucked him. So where's the fun in that? I've been a little bit concerned about my parents recently. They're in their 80s. My mom, every time I talk to her, she keeps telling me how upset she is about Roe versus Wade being overturned. And I get it, that's very upsetting, I agree. She is 82, so I think the chances of that impacting her directly are pretty slim. But my mom has always been very pro-reproductive rights for women. When I was in high school, she used to always tell me, Pamela, don't worry. If you get pregnant, you could just have an abortion. Which was kind of interesting because I don't know why she was worried about my getting pregnant in high school. I was like super nerdy and boys just were not interested in me. And also in high school, I only did anal. So I don't think it was gonna happen. My dad is also kind of concerning me. The last time I was home, I noticed that he was converting all of his VHS porn tapes to DVDs, which, you know, on the one hand, I am really glad that he's finally bringing his porn into the technology of the 90s. So that's really good. You know, but I did do a little bit of research, family research, and I found out that porn conversion is a little bit of a tradition in my family. There are stories about my relatives, older relatives, converting their porn from Betamax to VHS. And there was this really nice story about my grandfather who converted all of his porn from 8mm film to Betamax. So it was actually a little touching. Or it's also completely possible that my dad just doesn't know that there's free porn on the internet. So, totally possible. We went to Paris over the summer, which was really fun. That was sort of my trip. And I did find out when we were in Paris that my husband, who really can't stand musicals and shows, he loved the cabaret in Paris, and it's really not that different. The Paris Cabaret is kind of like going to Radio City Music Hall to see the Rockettes dance, if the Rockettes were dancing completely naked. So if anyone knows a strip club that's putting on a production of Hamilton, I think we could go. We also went to see a live sex show when we were in Amsterdam. Woo! Yeah, it was pretty interesting. It was pretty interesting, and my husband was really interested in it until he found out that their performers are actually married. Yeah. I mean, it's disgusting, right? Who wants to see married people have sex? But we went to see the show, and I don't think he had to worry. I saw the sex. These people were not married. I mean, there was no television on. The sex lasted longer than 2 minutes, and nobody was saying, "Are you finished yet? Are you finished yet?" Anyway, guys, thank you so much. I'm Pam Arlen.